first. Just kidding. He is definitely bottom spots. Going with that standard bike combo, which seems to be very popular among players recently for online matches. And now the race finally starts. Trying to see who's in top positions right now. It seems like UK is pretty much holding their own right now in the front, with USA trying to catch up.
Okay. I think we're good now. So I
Are we
see we're
good?
starting on S. Yeah, I just got on my phone. So we just have to do it this way.
All right, no worries.
Pretty ghetto, but it worked.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's good. Yeah, we're starting on SA, so
I guess I didn't give my predictions of what I expect to happen. I don't really keep up with the MKAD scene too much,
Right.
but I kind of watch wars from like every now and then, anytime Dino streams. And from what Dino's told me, he said that UK can be a pretty strong team, but it's pretty lineup oriented, I guess.
oh yeah, for
And then
sure.
he also said that USA has like really strong players, and like considering that they're, I guess, a pretty well-knit group of friends, that the chemistry is kind of there in most cases.
Yeah,
So-
and I think we see that across the World Cup, and it's that USA has gotten to practice a lot since they started that lounge, so they have that team building kind of thing going on, where UK, I'm not sure how much they practice, but I think USA definitely has the edge on everyone else in regards to being able to play with one another.
Yeah. So going off of that, I would say that USA are the favorites, but I'm not too sure as like looking at the lineup for UK. I'm not too sure because I'm pretty sure like the only person that I know that I've seen tables of recently is pretty much Xander. I don't know how the other ones or like the other players pair out. I didn't even know Sweets played Mario Kart AD, honestly.
Yeah, he started about a month ago. But I think right now for UK, their top players who are usually in the front are consistently Xander and Ryan's. Ryan's was definitely a big player in the Netherlands match a few days ago. And Sweets definitely held his own in all these matches, especially in regards to being up there and being able to deal with the pack and everything crazy that goes into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for sure.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been an asset to their team. It seems USA did very well this race. Regardless of Pyrus getting blued.
I believe they were like top 3 a good majority of the race, even with the blue.
They were
I still
up
think
there.
they pulled off like maybe top 3 or something like that.
And this is definitely one of
top 4.
USA's favorite tracks to play for sure, as most of them are really good, just lines wise, and they played a lot in wars as well. So, all right, and so that was a plus 12 race for the USA, I believe, if I did my math correctly. Plus 14, sorry. So we see a strong start from the USA, and they're getting into those top spots, which is definitely crucial for momentum in these Mario Kart 8 Deluxe wars.
Yeah.
So,
I guess a question that I have to ask for you are, because I don't have the game yet, I don't even own a Switch. So are track picks still kind of the same in this game as they are in like regular MK8?
well, actually, I barely played it all in MK8. I only played for like 3 months, but from watching previous videos and such, track picks are definitely still, I guess, similar, or it's still popular amongst teams. Like, I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Dry Desert is like definitely one for bottom spots to be able to catch up. That's still a thing, and like running tracks that have barely any shortcuts, like I don't know, which do exist a lot in MK8 Deluxe, are definitely favorites for when you're top spots. So I feel like that is similar in regards to MK8 and MK8 Deluxe. So.
But seeing this Royal Raceway pick right now is actually kind of, I don't know.
I was surprised.
Yeah, for the spots that they have, I think USA were top 2, maybe 5, 6 or something like that.
They were definitely top spots.
Pick, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's going to work out in their favor. I believe the beginning is very good for drafts, honestly. So I would assume that the top 2.
I think the reasoning was they had top spots as well as some lower spots. So top spots are able to get coins and draft off one another, while bottom spots are still able to pull those shrooms for like shortcuts and stuff that happen later in the lap. So that makes sense. But personally, I would have picked something else that was more of a front running oriented track, but we'll see how it goes for sure.
So looking at this right now, it looks like UK has mustered their way into probably 2-3, maybe 4th right now. From what I'm seeing, I see Xander, and I think that was sweet. But we do see NATO shooting into first. And what tires are those?
Right now they're roller tires. Yep.
Are they really?
Like,
they don't even look like rollers.
Yeah, that's the optimal combo in this game now, not the slicks or anything. So.
But somehow, some way, I believe that all USA got shrooms, and now they're top 4.
Yeah,
And
USA is top
we're
4.
right here in 5th, holding the single shroom, I believe. I actually like the backspin green right there from Strike. I feel like he should have waited a little bit longer, maybe.
Right.
I guess. I feel like that turn was literally kind of.
We're seeing some. We're seeing some definitely dangerous streaming up by the UK because USA's all these top spots, and for the other team to get up there, they're pretty much inevitably going to get hit by something from the US, since it's pretty much a 1v4 up there. So
if you're Joe right now, you're actually really scared being in between all of these USA members. But we do see the plane coming on. Like, I don't even know who that was, but I definitely would assume that it was a UK member.
Yeah. We do see lots of UK back here, as we see Strike fall back, unfortunately. With Strike holding triple reds around all of these UK members, which will definitely be good for holding those top positions by the USA. Unfortunately, Strike can't do much right now.
Yeah.
But
if I was Strike, I would just slow down and red one over the gap.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a ball. Lol.
There's nothing much you could do there, unfortunately. But we do see a top 2, 4, 7, 9, and last by the USA. So another defining race for the USA, keeping those top spots. So overall, that track pick worked nicely for them.
It was really weird to see how, I guess, first lap that all of USA shroomed to the front, and just UK seemed to not get, I guess, lucky with shrooms, I guess you could say.
Right.
Because at the beginning, literally, all of USA like shroomed up.
Okay, so for people asking what the optimal combo is, in this game, it's different because acceleration is more important, and so people rely on roller wheels more, and a lot of people are opting for the standard bike just for maneuvering purposes and for online play, where the regular MK, it was mostly like slicks or cyber slicks, pipe frame, etc. So it was definitely different stats oriented in MK than MK Deluxe. So, but we do see Wigglers also very popular amongst MK Deluxe players as well.
Actually, I was always a big fan of the Wiggler, even in like regular Wiggler. Wiggler and like pipe frame were like waifus.
Yeah. I mean, I think I started with the Wiggler mostly, then eventually switched to pipe frame.
I think because I wasn't a big fan of like the Blue Falcon meta or Streetle meta.
See, I wasn't there when the Blue Falcon happened.
Yeah.
So
it was a pretty bad meta actually.
But we do see, I think that's NATO's main vehicle, even in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so which is interesting. Yeah,
he should be using Bowser if anything.
I know he usually does use Bowser, so. And TikTok Clock, as we see, it's definitely considered a running track, I would say, for top positions. There's not really much you can do in regards to item usage to catch up. We do see Xander pulling up there, which is not surprising, as he's definitely one of their top players, just lines-wise. And unfortunately, Soldier pulls out that amazing snipe on Xander, which eliminates UK's probably one of their only top positions.
Soldier's actually clutch master.
Yeah,
he's been proven time and time again that Soldier's like extremely clutch when it comes down to it.
And he's like, from I guess what I've seen, he's not nearly as active as some of the other players in the USA team. So him being as strong of a player is really impressive for the amount of time he spent in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Soldier's always been that way too. It's actually crazy how consistent he is to not play as much as other people. But USA right now,
they are pretty much set.
Top everything, yeah.
NATO got sweet.
Common in this game in first because I always first. And
it was funny because I think lap trolling has been a popular and controversial topic in this game because in an MKU match the other day with my team MP, NATO was able to pull 2 bombs in first and then just get hit by things and then just slow down and use those 2 bombs and last the bomb.
Pretty optimal.
Top 3, bombs are optimal and it's very common in top spots. So, which I think is personally broken, but that's how the game works.
It has a nice touch to the game, honestly.
It makes it more interesting, for sure. All right, so we see Ryan's able to pull up that top position.
I still think that was a huge race for USA. Oh, that's definitely a UK win.
That was a UK win, yep. So regardless of TikTok Clock being a running track, UK is able to come back and still get those top positions. And so we still see USA up 14 overall, so not too hard on them, but hopefully they might be able to pull it back together, and we might be able to see UK make a turnaround here early on in the war. So.
I hate how the Mii's look in this game. I'm actually just. What is this hair colors? What are these hair colors, dude?
Is it different from MK8?
Yeah. I've seen like green hair and like now I'm looking at purple and pink hair and it's just like what the actual crap is this? I guess that's what makes this game or the Switch different than any other system that Nintendo's had so far. Especially with the Mii's, because the Mii's just look completely different.
I didn't really notice a difference though. Well, maybe that's because I didn't play the Wii U that much, but I didn't really notice too much of a difference, I guess. I guess from a person who's played both, they I don't know.
So I guess another question I want to ask about bikes. So I see a lot of people using bikes more nowadays. So I'm pretty sure bikes are pretty, I wouldn't say meta, but just good enough to hang with the rest of the
They're definitely popular in this game. I'm not really sure of the exact reasoning, but from what I've heard from other people, just the stats are good for online as it has good acceleration. It's just the maneuvering is better to be able to dodge items. I guess the hitbox is smaller than Kart's. Yeah. So I guess online it's optimal. I honestly, other people could give you a better explanation, but from what I've heard, that's the reason why.
Definitely from the few wars I've watched, I guess when Dino plays, and I usually see Chase. And Chase is, I'm guessing he's a bike main, and he usually scores pretty well with the bikes. And I always wonder why more people didn't use bikes, because usually when I see him, he's the only like bike user. But now in this war, I think I've seen at least maybe 2 or 3 other people using bikes, and I'm just kind of wondering like.
And it's interesting in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, since fire hopping has been eliminated, and where drifting bikes have been they're proven to be very strong in some tracks, especially in TTs. Lots of world records have been attained by inward drifting bikes, which is kind of crazy. Since those are pretty much
cool.
It is very cool, and it's, as there's like super uncommon in MK8.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I was a big fan of bikes back in Mario Kart 8, but they were just a bit trash. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels bad, man. But right now, I'm trying to look at the minimap and trying to gauge where people are. We need a spectator mode. Nintendo, please. You gave it to Splatoon. Can we get one?
Yeah, exactly. But it seems like you guys back here, especially their 2 runners are back here, which doesn't really seem to be good for the UK. So just looking from that, I would assume USA is holding most of those top positions.
I'm almost certain that is Soldier in first, because in Mario Kart 8, Soldier is very good at this track, and I'm pretty sure it carries over into the game. I'm pretty sure he finished first last race too. So.
No, Ryan's finished first last race.
You're right. They did get first.
Yep.
It's not really hard to get in first in this track, honestly. Get a couple of drafts at the beginning, and you're literally just in first.
So you see the race finish up here. Ryan's and Xander back here, which is not looking good for the UK. Yeah, USA got that top 3, 7, 10, 11. Jeez. So very strong race by
Let's go, Soldier. Soldier's popping off.
Yeah. Soldier is proving to be very useful in this this World Cup match for the USA, so hopefully that continues for him. Yeah, so US is up 28 now. Recovered from that last race, won by 14, I think. That was a 14 plus 14 race, so. They did get lots of top positions, so they let's see what they're picking. They're opting for they're opting for Sweet or High Roll, which is definitely good
I
for
agree
top
with
spots.
High Roll. Sweet, I guess is better in this game. I have seen that track a lot more than I have in Mario Kart 8, though. I can say that very much.
Sweet has definitely been popular.
Yeah. I guess if you look at it at the beginning for top 3, I guess it would be easier to get drafts at the beginning of the track, I guess.
That's true, and I feel like it's also very player based with the lines at least. So if the players in the team like it, then maybe that makes sense for their specific lineup. But it does pick High Roll, so we should see a good result from USA as long as they don't make any silly mistakes driving wise. Yeah, USA opting for that coin strat in the beginning.
Who's using the blue Falcon?
It's NATO. It's NATO. Yep.
Oh my god, NATO's trying to trigger me.
Nope. He always uses that. That's
you
his
can
main
switch
combo.
combos mid races.
Could you not do that in MK8?
No.
Wow. Yeah, you can do that now. So that makes playing more interesting as well.
Wow, this game is actually really different. It's crazy. It's the same game, but just
there are a lot of like small nuances.
Yeah. and it can honestly change the game.
Yeah.
But do you know for a fact that both Roys are USA? I believe it was Soldier and...
Yes, I think it might be Joel, but I'm not 100% sure.
So if that is the case, then they are currently top 2, which is really good on this track. Is the shortcut still a thing on this track?
Oh yeah, this
what
thing. Yeah, the shortcut is still a thing on this track. Everybody still takes it, so.
So I would assume that you have to get an Ultra Mini Turbo to go through it? Or
No, you just need a regular Mini Turbo.
Oh.
Yep. And you can hop over.
Already. I don't even own the game, but I already know the stats. Look at that. Knowledge.
Yeah. We do see Xander and Ryan's back here. They've consistently been back there the entire war almost. Hopefully they can catch up, but we see USA just continuously breaking away, which is pretty easy to do in this track.
This is a really hard track to catch up on. At least in Mario Kart 8, it was an extremely hard track to catch up on, but I can kind of see it being the same in this game. Unless you get a couple of golden, but even with the 2 items, I still don't think it would be enough to actually just catch up. I think actually the only way you can catch up on this track is maybe with the build and the shock. And
we see Nato back here. We see Nato back here, and he's very known for being able to attack the other team in the middle of the pack, so that's probably the best place for him to be right now. But unfortunately, Strike does not get a good race himself as he falls behind and gets lost. But USA, yeah. It's a 1-3-4 by USA. And USA are both the Roys, by the way. So
I love that there's not freaking 12 Mortons. That was my biggest pet peeve in Mario Kart 8. There were always 12 Mortons. Yeah, I mean, Roy's cool though. I remember at the end of Mario Kart 8, everybody started using Roy for whatever reason. There's like a whole subclan, they just used only Roy.
I feel like Roy is a character I use if another team is basically all Mortons, because I tend to use Morton mostly, but just for like team playing sake, I tend to switch characters, and that's usually my go-to if no one else is using him. So, and there's not much of a difference, to be honest. It's just preference online.
I thought the meta would be Meadow. I thought everybody would use like Pink Gold Peach and like Metal Mario.
I feel like that's more of an alternative meta though. Like if people want to be different, they go for the Metal Mario or Gold Mario or Pink Gold Peach.
I forgot about Gold Mario. Love. I'm starting to think Nintendo are just like straight trolls, honestly.
Yeah, that's honestly probably the case.
If Pink Gold Peach wasn't bad enough, then they give us Gold Mario. It's just like, but.
Let's see. Okay, Dry Desert is picked. I guess this is good for UK as they're mostly bottom spots, but we see Strike going for the standard bagging strat in this track, which is honestly not
nice
surprising.
To see this will never get old.
We see Sui is back here along with a USA member, or Joel went ahead and went forward. But,
so Strike pulling a star right here. I have been told that stars are pretty more common now if you're not too close to first. So it's really, I guess with that being said, it's kind of hard to catch up, but I'm assuming that he's going to get shrooms right here as well.
Yeah, and there's this like one strat that's been very popular online, and it's like getting either a star and like some other shroom, and then chaining the star first set of whatever lap you're on, and then taking the shortcut, and then chaining that, and you'll have like 2 power items in the mid position. Yeah. So it's usually broken if that works out for you. But
can you pull double stars? Oh,
I don't think so. Strike full shock. I don't think you can pull double stars. I've never done it, but I don't think that is a possibility unless you boo one and then you have 2 stars. But probably see Strike use these shrooms up here. Yep, through the shortcut. No, he's just chilling with shock and last.
What he does with this shock.
Well, I think from the Mortons in front, that could be UK up there.
I think it's definitely UK, yeah.
Which is bad for them in this current. Oh, wow, UK had shock as well.
Yeah.
We see Owen dodging there.
Before this started, Ricky gave me a knowledge drop and said that the second shock is really more common when somebody else has shock. So I guess somebody else did have shock, but it looks like it wasn't a UK shock unless they shocked themselves all in the boxes. Because from the looks of it right now, they seem to be a majority of the middle to lower spots right now. And
so yeah, you're right. That probably was a USA shock. But I did see Owen dodge in the bill, but he was so far back that I'm not sure if it mattered too much in the bill.
Because it looks to me that Strike only passed UK members, so I would have just assumed that they were kind of in the middle spots and kind of maybe got themselves in the boxes. I don't know.
And just like getting those items back there in general are very dependent on one another. So if you pull a bill, it's very likely the person next to you is going to pull a bill as well. Likewise for the shock. So we see Strike get that typical.
How do you get third? What?
Yeah, that's
what is this game?
Yeah, this track is. But we did see UK get top 2. So that was a winning race for the UK. So that was definitely a smart track pick on their part. All right. So I think overall the USA is still up by 20 points. So USA is still holding their momentum, but we do see some winning races by UK coming into play, being able to catch up bit by bit. So we see USA picking Dolphin Shoals, which is interesting. And then Cloud Top from UK, which isn't surprising given their top spots, as it's very hard to catch up on that track. There's literally no strats except driving on that track. So I guess boring tracks are the smartest pick for when you want to keep your top positions.
So one good thing that I'm glad Nintendo didn't get rid of is Super Bounce, because that was actually one strat that I really enjoy seeing. And seeing that being carried over into the game actually just really excites me.
Oh yeah, that's like a lot more fun to play, and I think it like differentiates some players from one another, because if you're good enough to do that, then you get the advantage. So it kind of gives more of a skill gap, which is nice for rewarding players who put more time into the game.
That's why he's using the Ink Striker. Oh my gosh.
Ink Striker is very common. It's very similar to the Wiggler, I think.
I thought it was only good in TTs. I'm learning so much right now. Yeah.
I might be. I don't.
Or maybe it was just day 1 TTs, because
probably.
The Ink Striker.
I know Wiggler is very popular in TTs. Like Hyrule uses it for sure. I forget which other ones do, but it is one of the most popular TT carts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't really seen Ink Striker in many world records for top 10. So I suppose there are a few world records with Ink Striker. But...
What? How long does Blue last?
It's about 10 seconds, I think. So.
Really?
Yeah, and you can dodge shock with it.
Once you activate a Boo, it automatically takes somebody else's item, right?
Yeah, so you activate the Boo, you become invisible, and then while you're invisible, your item comes to you. And during that invisibility time, you're invincible to any item or any player, and you can dodge the shock. And Boos are very common in mid position, so you can get a dodge at a very high position potentially. So.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty overpowered item if you use it correctly. And it usually fucks up other players who are about to take a shortcut and they get their shrooms booed from them mid-shortcut. So...
I don't even know what Strike just hit right there.
I think it was like Red Shell, but I didn't really catch it. It's hard to tell. I see a lot of Mortons up there. But right now it's pretty evenly split in middle spots between UK and USA. I do see UK behind Strike. There, Zink getting bodied before the bounce. It seems UK is pretty well off right now. Going to lap 3, that was very unfortunate for Strike.
UK seem to be pretty much everything in the middle right now. Yep. I believe.
First place got hit. USA got hit out of first just now.
Xander making a smart play right there on Strike to slow down and hit him with the horn, and he gets TS'd off.
Yep.
I think that was actually a big race for UK.
I think that last 20 seconds was really well played by UK, but USA still gets that top 2 regardless. I honestly don't know. They were just up there.
I kind of wish we had a second perspective. Do you know if anybody else is streaming? So I can have like both streams up? Or is it just...
I think Xander might be streaming. That was a winning race by UK by 4. Xander isn't streaming. I think the only person we have right now is Strike.
Makes sense.
But yeah, regardless of that top 2, that was a winning race by UK. So it seems like the momentum's changing in favor of UK. But it'll be interesting to see if the UK pulls this off, as the match between the UK and the Netherlands was like very, very close. So it'll be interesting to see how the Netherlands plays against the United States whenever they go against one another. So it seems like a Dolphin Shoals pick from the UK is going to happen, and we have one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, playing this track. Or, I think he has the world record on this track, or K. Either Xander or K has the world record on this. So. Xander has it now. They've been back and forth for a while, I think. If I remember.
Love.
Sorry, K has the world record. Xander is in second, but it's very marginal. But I personally really like this track. I think it's really fun to play, and there's an interesting strat. I'm not sure if this was a thing in MK8, but the eel, it's faster to go on the eel now instead of below it. I don't know if you knew that, but when you go on the eel, it's faster to shake your controller rather than trick with the L button.
Oh.
Which is like really random, but it just basically what the technique is when you shake the controller, you don't hop, so you have more time on the eel to get more tricks. And trick boosts in this game are like really, like they're way better than an MK8, which is why you don't see many people drifting off ramps anymore, because trick boosts are actually worth it now. So it's an interesting strat that we see used by Strike as well. Not too many shortcuts in this track though. The only one is really at the end, and you drift off the off-road and get a mini turbo, as we see Strike do. It does seem as if USA is holding those top spots. I see NATO, the Bowser's up there in front, assuming that's NATO, with USA Soldier and Pyrus up there in middle spots.
Yeah.
Surprised that, oh yeah, the Strike did that backwards.
From most of the war, I guess I can say that it looks like USA had the upper hand in, I guess, the running aspect. Because if you look at the pack, or if you look at the majority of the top spots throughout the entire war, you mostly do see USA usually in front and usually in first. And that kind of goes a long way to determining the war. But right now, it looks like UK is kind of, they're definitely 2-3 right now.
Yeah, I think NATO's still first.
Yeah, I think NATO's the Bowser, pretty sure.
But yeah, I think it's a result of just the team play between the USA, because USA is able to knock those players out, their top players out, and that gives more opportunity for USA to break away. Because it's not hard for Xander or Ryans to break away, but if they don't really have any support in those middle positions to be able to avoid all of their items, it's hard for them to actually successfully break away when they have the potential to.
Oh, the late blue shell. Are you kidding me? What just happened?
I think NATO's should be able to pass the line.
Oh, so Bowser's UK.
Wow, that blue shell was perfectly timed.
Yeah, the blue shell was actually like perfectly timed. That was like, that would have been a huge race for UK. That would have been a top 2 free, maybe top 2-4, and the blue shell just comes through and literally just destroys everybody.
Was that a USA blue, do you think, or was that just lucky?
I have no clue. I would assume that it had to be a USA blue.
Because that was brilliant timing if that was the USA for sure. I'm going to refresh my stream here because I might be slightly behind, but we'll see.
If that was a UK blue, then I'm on tilt for the whole team right now, because that literally destroyed a really good race and kind of made it. I think that was still a winning race, but by a very small margin.
Right. It's Rookie in the chat believes that it was a UK blue.
I'm actually on tilt for the whole team if that was a UK blue.
That is very unfortunate. I bet Ryan's is not very happy with the team play, but hopefully they can brush it up pretty quickly and not hold it against each other.
So confirmed it was a UK blue, so I'm on tilt for the whole team right now. I'm on tilt for the whole country right now. For both countries, UK and Ireland.
Right.
I guess Japan while you're at it.
Or actually China if you're referring to Sui.
Yeah. China. I'm so confused.
Yeah, Sui's Chinese.
Oh yeah. I remember that being a thing.
He's in the school in the UK, so.
So what could have been a big race for UK? Okay. Ended up being a tie race.
Yeah.
So that could have been, I think that race could have been, if they would have got the top 2 and maybe the 4th, I think that race could have been like +8, +10, something crazy like that. And the fact that they came out with the tie race, that last race, is actually just like tilt-worthy.
They really needed that race to work out for them.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, USA is still up by, I think it was like 20 or something like that.
Yeah, still 20. 16.
16, yeah. By the way, I'm pretty sure you can't hear Sindo on stream. He's the man in the back telling us everything.
Yeah.
So shouts out to him.
For doing all the math for us.
So if you just hear us both say yeah, like randomly like that, it's definitely because Cinda told us something. And we're just like, okay, we're just agreeing. But right now, I would assume that UK is still top 2 right now. Looking at the Morton in first and the Bowser in second.
Right.
We do see everybody starting to take the cut right here. And just like this game played out in Mario Kart, everybody takes the cuts, everybody gets shrooms, everybody holds their shrooms, and everybody getting praised for a god like Golden at this item box right here.
Ooh, Stricture's a shroom away from that green, which is pretty smart, but he can bomb top too.
Yeah,
if he
can
pulls this
bomb
off.
top right here if he does it.
Oh, stop. Oh, yep,
God.
there you go. That's it.
Can we get some talk champs in the chat, please? Right, now he's gonna get redded. Now he's gonna first.
No, he's not gonna get redded. It's fine. He's gonna get Sander coming up still.
Yeah,
that
it still looks to be UK still top everything right here. But
yeah.
You do see Ryan's going to cut. I don't think he had a shrew, so I think he kind of lost some bombs. But I think that was a
that bomb was that was grimy. That was too easy, honestly.
Wow. That would have been a really good race for UK, and Strike kind of just destroyed that one bomb.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh man. There was just no avoiding that bomb.
That's actually a really hard bomb to avoid, especially landing off the glider like that, because especially coming off a glider, you really don't have much mobility. So trying to avoid that would be, I guess the only way would be to kind of like break, but then either way it would just be bad, because if you have to break completely to avoid a bomb, then you might as well just get hit by it.
Let's see. So UK only down by 26. Do you remember which race that was, by the way, Marlon?
I think that was race 9, I believe. No.
So...
Race... I think that was that 2 GPs?
I'm
saying 2 GPs. GPs don't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's just 12 races. But regardless, they're only 26 points away with a few races left, so UK can definitely...
Left. So it was a 9th race.
USA can definitely pull this off for sure.
3 races left. Down 26.
UK,
We've seen crazier comebacks than this.
Oh yeah, just the other day with the UK Netherlands, that comeback was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So, and it was a very similar setup, I think. So, I wouldn't be surprised if UK was able to come back a little bit. So
right now, something we haven't seen, I guess, majority of the war, is Xander being in first. And
which is very surprising.
Yeah. And if you know anything from back in like regular Mario Kart 8, and I guess it carries over into this game, when Xander's in first, it's usually really hard to get him out of first. But it seems like they got him out of first already, so this could spell trouble for UK right here. But this is a track that I kind of would assume to be more of a catch-up track, or a track that's not hard to catch up on, especially with the double items now. I imagine shrooms being very common to catch back up into the pack, especially cutting off these little grass packs.
Yeah, from what I've experienced, whoever's in first is pretty much set, as long as they run properly. But in those middle spots, it's very easy to catch up, especially with that last shortcut and all the shrooms you're pulling now, especially since the update, since catch-up items are a lot more common now. It's not too hard to get back up. But I wouldn't say the shortcut is really something that you can rely on to be able to get into first or any top position.
But right now, it seems to be... This actually spells trouble for UK, because a good majority of them are really in bottom spots, and you see NATO starting to slow down and do typical NATO things.
Right. See, that's the thing about the USA. They're able to hit their opposing team like so easily, and they're so good with their item usage that it's pretty easy for them to make
triple reds too?
Oh,
that's sweet. There. I thought that was like a USA member. I was gonna say this is really bad for UK at this point.
Yeah, it seems like UK is mostly bottom spots right now, as we see with Strike holding the blue now, which is great for the USA, assuming they're in first.
Jeez. Jello's just been getting mollywopped this entire floor.
Yeah.
Like, actually just straight up mollywopped.
It's very unfortunate for him. Yeah, I think Strike's race is pretty much over, unfortunately. But
yeah, and I think that is a guaranteed top 2 right now.
Well, Strike able to use his bill, at least, after using the blue. Maybe he gained... No, he's still going to pull off that last,
that's really, That's an MKWC bill.
Right. Soldier, he's definitely proving to be a strong player this war.
Yeah, let's go Soldier. I'm proud of you, Soldier.
All right, so we see USA up 38 overall after that race. So it seems like USA slowly breaking away race by race.
And 2 races left. This is.
I
UK
mean,
just need to pick up the slack, I guess you can say. They need to be more present in the front.
Yes,
I feel like
it's
that's
possible.
the only big problem right now.
It's possible, but we're gonna need to see pretty big races by the UK, and hopefully Xander and Ryan's their 2 top runners can fortunately get up there and just stay up there for these last few races. And I think that's very dependent on which track is chosen as well. So let's see. USA is going for NBC Neo Bowser City, which makes sense. We see a retro Rainbow Road picked, which will be very interesting. Yeah, retro Rainbow Road was proven to be very useful for the Netherlands when they're in top positions against the UK. So we'll see how it goes for USA as they hold those top positions as well.
This track is literally beautiful. It's a very beautiful track.
It's beautiful, but in my opinion, I'm not too big of a fan of playing it online just because it's kind of, I don't know,
this track was godlike in Mario Kart 8. Especially with fire hopping, it was so good. It was actually too good sometimes.
I bet it'd be a lot more fun if fire hopping was involved, but there's not too much depth in regards to shortcuts or racing. It's just taking the proper lines and breaking away. Yeah. But drafts do tend to be very popular, especially lap 1. So we'll see who is able to utilize those drafts at the beginning. But it seems like USA is able to.
Yeah, from the looks of it right now, USA are literally pretty much a good majority of top everything right now.
And unless
it seems that, whew,
I don't know.
We sneaking in here. I don't think he's going to be able to hit any of those greens.
Unless UK pulls off a blue or an insanely lucky shock, I don't really see too much catching up happening in these last 2 laps.
I think this entire warp, we've only seen 1 shot. I guess if you count the one. But there was 1 shot used, I guess.
Well, you got to remember the track that showed up on was Dry Desert, where people bag intentionally, so that's not too surprising that that's the track where the shock showed up. But Strike. Oh, there you go. There's a shock.
God, why did I have to say anything?
Strike dodging in literally 4th place. That's the best thing that could happen.
I'm just gonna stop talking. I think Strike passed nobody but USA members, so I believe that is at least that's USA top 3 right now.
Unless UK was able to dodge anything back there, I think it's gonna be an easy. Yeah, USA top, literally everything.
Strike having to wait on the line for the blue, but I don't even think he had to wait. That is a USA top 3, and I think this war has just been blown out. I mean,
yeah, I don't really see any sort of chance of the USA coming back after that, unfortunately. Sorry, UK coming back. I don't. Yeah, USA is up 62, so UK coming back. I think it's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible at this point. So congratulations to the United States of America. I blamed Dino today because he said he was top 5 USA. And he's not even in lineup right now. So yeah.
Oh, well.
So Dino, if you're watching, you're a scrub, and you're carried by USA. But yeah, Wario Stadium, I love it.
Yeah, I still haven't learned that track like at all. I'm so bad at it online.
Such a good track.
It's fun if you know it. For sure. I guess it's any track.
I'm really hoping for Baby Park right now, though.
That would be a good meme to end off the war for sure. But it looks like it's going to be Wario Stadium.
I was actually really praying for Baby Park. And in the World Cup, I'm pretty sure this is still preliminaries. So I don't have the schedule up right now, but I don't know who USA plays next. Do you know?
I'm actually not entirely certain who they play next. I'm not sure if it's dependent on who wins this match or not, but I feel like Ricky would know at least in the chat. Yeah, USA just breaking away on this track. This is a very good track to break away on as well.
Yeah.
So
this was a track that not too many people knew in Mario Kart how to play properly.
Right.
So really, if you knew how to drive this track, it was actually broken because most people really didn't know how to drive it like that.
And we see Strike just utilizing all of these drops and being able to easily get into first with them. Sui coming up at least to try to represent
he has a shroom
UK
too. Yeah, he has a shroom, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. He has to hold the shroom.
Yeah, Strike's gonna easily green him. There he goes.
It's top 2 right now for USA. Strike gonna back spam the green, so I would assume that I did see OM, but I'm not too sure as to where everybody else is. But I'm pretty sure everybody calls in this game now.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Strike's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw the screen back, Pam. Watch out.
Yeah, but Strike holding the shroom and stuff, he's pretty much secured a decent breakaway. The Bowser, I'm not sure who the Bowser is because I thought it was NATO, but I think he's drive out.
No, it's UK. I think it's the one with the jab name, so I have no clue.
Oh, Sui, you mean?
Oh, is it Sui? No, Sui's a.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm not sure the Japanese.
Whoever's using the jab name,
yeah.
I think it's. I don't even know.
Joe or
Jobo. Yeah, Jobo. Didn't he use? He always used jab names in like regular Mario Kart too, didn't he?
I wouldn't know.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did. I think so. I couldn't think of his name off the top of my head, so I'm really like, I'm sorry for that. But Strike right now, Strike and Soldier carrying out this top 2. If you look at this breakaway, it's actually pretty ridiculous.
And Soldier coming in for those MVP points. Yeah, we see Soldier get first. And Strike getting second. So Soldier really doing a good job this for MVPing overall with
yeah. Pretty sure Soldier almost got like 130. Yeah, 128.
It's a USA top 4 that race, which isn't really surprising. But yeah, that was USA winning by 92 overall. So we saw kind of like a flip flop through that war. It was USA kind of holding the momentum in the war, winning most races. Then UK kind of coming back bit by bit, and then towards the end, USA was able to break away easily and knock out those UK top positions and bring it back to winning by almost 100 points. So I think it was a really good war overall.